welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology. Last time we attacked Russian bunkers on Antura that formed their current front line of defense. So now let's see what's in store for us today. Hide and Seek, USS Wasp, LHD-1. Date May 16th, local time 1100 hours. Weather, clear. Situation, intelligence has established that the Russians have recently deployed a small number of Yak-141s to Simashur. They are operating from a temporary runway near the western coast. Mission objective, approach the base and destroy aircraft in the air and on the ground. Order of battle, recommended aircraft AV-8B, recommended weapons AIM-120, AIM-9M. Threat suppression data, ground opposition, ZSU-23s, possible man-portable SAMs, air opposition, Yak-141s. So, we've moved off the coast of Simashur, and it looks like to be a pretty cut and dried mission. We have one good wingman, and we're just flying a cap over Simashur. So we'll take our usual Harrier and if we can do something like this, I think I would be happy. Although actually, okay, we'll do that, but we'll save our AMRAMs for high priority targets. The Yaks, they have a speed advantage on us, but I'm confident we can dogfight them. And with the bombs, we should be able to bomb anyone who's on the ground. It looks like we picked up the runway already. And we have bandits.
Contact, you're 12 o'clock, 2 miles, please advise.
So, we'll throw on a jammer. Ah, that's right, they'll get adders. We got other Marine Harriers in the area.
That you're 12 o'clock.
So we'll wait for our AMRAM to get with the next range here. Okay, so they started us right in the fleet. Wingman, take the next target.
You're 12 o'clock. Contact, Bandit, you're 12 o'clock, 9 miles. Yahoo!
Oh, infrared seeker's got
He's closing.
Range almost there. Ow. Okay, we took a hit there, but it could have been a lot worse. We got more Yaks coming for us. I don't think we can win them at this point. Form on my wing.
Contact, you're 12 o'clock, 16 miles, please advise.
Alright.
Taking a shot. You're 12 o'clock, 5 miles, please advise. Attack Bandit, you're 12 o'clock. Yahoo! Fire nickel. Bandit.
Alright, how you going, Lincoln? Where's your target? Did you get him? Oh, he's searching.
You're my 6. Showtime.
I guess we got
Waypoint Bravo, bearing 13, descend to Angel 3. Contact your 1 o'clock time, 30 miles. Disengage.
okay, I don't care about 30 miles out. Ooh, unfortunately, I think that Harrier's gonna die because their default loadouts just leave them so vulnerable to long range ones of the Yak 141s. So we will continue on course for the runway. Let's see. It looks like they have 4 more Yaks based at their forward airstrip. So let's give them some 500-pound love letters. Right next to a little lake, I see. Let's, they got one taking off.
On the way. Alright.
We got a good hit on them.
Freestyle. Flash 1, freestyle.
It sounds like our 500-pound bombs are finding their marks. So let's sweep around. Who's left of the ground.
Deep drive.
Looks like they just got one left. Oh, he's taking off.
He's got flag. Flash 1.
Got him.
Freestyle. Mission accomplished.
And that's the mission. So, Wingman, stick tight to me. We're getting out of here. Is that, did our IR get damaged? Why can't I identify? Oh, you're an SA-15. Leave me alone. Okay, so let's head on a course for home, and something that's long overdue. I can now finally do a little research stuff. I can give a very brief history and description of the Harrier. So that let's begin. The Harrier actually started life as the AV-8A Harrier, which was an American license-built copy of the Hawker Siddeley Harrier that the British first developed, and that entered service in 1971. As the Marines were interested in something that could operate from forward airfields and provide close air support for their troops. And the Marines liked it, but it had big problems. It had half the range and payload of the smaller A-4 Skyhawk that the Marines and Navy was already using. So, in 1972, there was a joint McDonnell-Douglas Hawker Siddeley project to massively upgrade the engine of the Harrier. They wanted it to be a lot more powerful, so it could have longer range. It could be and so it had more thrust, but there were some problems with it, such as the final engine being 4 inches too big to fit in the Harrier fuselage, and with the problems came skyrocketing costs, delays, and the British only had planned on a limited order of 60 aircraft, so the skyrocketing costs no longer made it economical for them to continue, so they withdrew from the project at the end of 1972 or 1973. So McDonnell-Douglas kind of continued on with a less ambitious upgrade, and basically what they decided was to focus on new wings, revised intakes and exhaust nozzles, a variety of aerodynamic improvements, a modified forward fuselage, and eventually a digital cockpit as well. And the first prototype flew in 1978, and it was successful despite attempts from the U.S. Navy to cancel the project. They wanted more capable attack aircraft, like at the time the F-18 and A-18, which were separate projects. But despite the Navy's resistance, the Marines managed to keep their funding intact, and a contract was awarded in 1979 after they validated the across-the-board performance increase in the new Harrier. And with the American development, the British wanted back in the game, and so I believe at that time, I want to say Hawker Siddeley had been bought out by BAE Systems. So at that time, BAE joined back in, and so it became a joint American-British project again with McDonnell Douglas. Because the British joined in after it became successful, they were designated the junior partner for the most part. So McDonnell Douglas took, I believe, 75% of the work share, and BAE took 25%. But with the engine, it was reversed. And that's because the engine was originally British designed anyways. So with that, Rolls-Royce took 75% work share, and Pratt & Whitney took 25% of that work share. And the new Harrier was successful, enough so that they started to continue making upgrades for it right away. So originally they started work on a night attack variant. And that started in 1985, and basically all they did was add infrared sensors and cockpit enhancements. And production that started in 1987, it was designated the AV-8B NA, or night attack. Now in 1987, development started, after they finished work on the night attack variant, they started development on the AV-8B Plus, or Harrier 2 Plus, and this is what we're flying in the game, as they added radar and expanded missile support, which enabled it to provide fleet defense for Marine task forces such as like what we do in the game, as well as for other navies that use the Harrier, such as Spain and Italy, where they don't have a proper carrier fleet, so they rely entirely on the Harrier or ground-based support for their fleet defense. Now, the final production variant, in this case, which was a remanufacture of existing Harriers, was delivered in 2003, with the last new production Harrier delivered in 1997. And it's interesting because the Government Accountability Office knew it was more economical for them to procure new build Harrier 2s as opposed to remanufacturing old ones, but they kept remanufacturing old ones anyways. I think maybe a bit of politics was involved in that, as I think just ordering a bunch of brand new Harriers would have been better, but in any case, the program finally ended with a couple hundred produced for both the United States, Spain, and Italy. Let's try not to fall off the carrier here. And Taiwan was also interested in the Harriers for a time, as the vulnerability of their air bases made a VTOL fighter that could operate from highways or any stretch of level land very appealing, but they ended up opting for a F-16, as well as some domestic fighters. Let's just park ourselves here. There we go. Now the local derivatives of this Harrier 2 were also manufactured in Britain under a license-built arrangement, and these were known as the Harrier GR5, GR7, and GR9. Now currently, since 2016 and the entry of service of the F-35B to the United States Marine Corps, the Harriers have been slowly being phased out. I think as of now they serve on 2 amphibious assault ships. I believe the Wasp is 1, but I can't think of the other, and they've made deployments in the Pacific mostly, I believe. And they're slated to be completely replaced by the F-35B by 2025, and the service record of these Harriers is pretty impressive. They served in the Gulf War, where they were labeled as one of the most important weapons in the war, given their ability to provide close air support. They served in Yugoslavia with Operation Allied Force, Iraq again with Operation Southern Watch, Afghanistan with Operation Enduring Freedom, the Iraq War, Operation Odyssey Dawn in Libya, and that's just in U.S. service. Now, I believe Spain and Italy contributed their Harriers to Odyssey Dawn as well as part of NATO. And that's about it. I don't know if the Harrier's been confirmed with any air-to-air kills. I don't think so, since they mostly operated in close support role after other aircraft that are more suited to clearing the skies, clears the area, but that's about that. So with that, we can end the mission. Debrief USS Wasp LHD-1. Date May 16. Mission hide and seek. Resolution success. Though inferior to a Harrier, the Yak-141 carries a good mix of weapons. You demonstrated the difference a pilot skill makes. So we destroyed all 8 Yaks. We took 38% damage. Our wingman took 0. I think we managed to save a couple of our AMRAAMs too, so that'll be really important. Yep, we had 5 kills. Our wingman had 3, and then we had the 1 SAM on the way back. Just as a fuck you to the Russians. It looks like we'll just barely be able to patch up the damage on our Harrier. And with that, that concludes today's episode. So, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and we'll see you then.